All right, today's going to be a good one. Easy chicken cacciatore. Basically another tomato sauce. The only difference is this one will have chicken and wine in it. Some people use white wine. I prefer red wine. And I like Chianti because that's my favorite wine. Some people say it's cheap, but I don't care what people say. And it's a good sauce. It's easy. I bought chicken legs because I got them for $5. But generally, I like bone-in chicken thighs. And then, like all of these dishes that we do on together, I'm going to do the simple version, and then you could take it from there, because there's a lot of different variations of this sauce. And mine is, I just follow basically what my mom and my aunts and my family did. And so let's just get started. So first thing I'm going to do is brown. Now remember, when you're working with chicken, don't cross-contaminate, man. You get sick. So don't touch chicken with, if you when you touch chicken with one hand, to use everything your other hand to do everything else. Don't mix them up. So all I'm going to do here is heat up some olive oil and then brown the chicken. There's let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. There's 15 in here. I'm going to do them all because a couple guys are coming over for lunch. And I think what I'm going to do, whenever I make this, I like to cook it so that the chicken falls off the bone. That's how I like it. And you can use a whole chicken and cut it up. You can use chicken legs, chicken thighs. Breast isn't that good because it's dry. So let me get started with this. All right, some salt. And then black pepper. This is just to brown them. All right. I'll probably have to do, I grabbed the big saucepan, big diameter. I have that really huge, I don't know what you call it, a braising pan or something, I don't know. But I grabbed this one, but I don't think all these are going to fit. And I don't want to crowd them because I don't want them to steam. Yeah, these aren't going to fit. I'm going to have to do it in 2 batches. What's going on, Chris? This wine I got, I like a lot. It's Delatori is the brand, Chianti from Italy. And like I said a minute ago, a lot of people make fun of me because they say Chianti is cheap, but I love it. And it's not terribly expensive. I was trying to see what grapes they use, because Chianti from Italy, that's from the Tuscany region. It has to be a certain amount of, I think they're called Sangiovese grapes or something like that. I don't know. But this one's good. I like it a lot. And that's what I'm going to use. Like I said, some people use white wine. I don't know why they would, because I think it's not, I think this should be more of a robust dish. And white wine, I don't think it's rich enough. But again, this is one of those dishes, you make it the way you like. All right, while these are going, I'm going to chop up some garlic. I never use onion in mine, but I got a small piece of white onion in there. I want to use it up, so I'm just going to throw it in. Then I'm going to go outside. I'm going to pick some fresh thyme and fresh basil. And that's it. All right, so I finished browning the chicken. Well, it's lightly browned. And I went outside. I got some basil It's down here, so let me move this in. I'm heating it back up. So I got some fresh basil, some fresh thyme, that little piece of onion I mentioned a minute ago, and garlic. So it's not a whole lot. And I'm just going to chuck the garlic and the onion in there. Give it a quick, just a real quick all right, now I'm going to turn the heat up and deglaze the pan with that wine. That way I can scrape all the little bits and pieces off the bottom of the pan, because that really adds a lot of good flavor. All right, so now the chicken goes back in. Cut the heat down a little. This is like 3 times the amount of chicken that you would use for the amount of sauce I'm making. Some people call it gravy, by the way. I call it sauce. It doesn't matter. It's all good. But there's the chicken. And let me put in more wine. And you really want to cook the wine, because raw wine in sauce sometimes is a little too pungent. But I'm going to use a pretty good lick. It was about a half a bottle. And then one for me. That's good. All right, so now in goes the herbs. And now crushed tomatoes. And this kind of sauce, Chicken Cacciatore, some people make it really, really thick, you know, like a ragu, which means sauce, I think. But I like it a little bit on the thinner side. So I'm going to add, this is my favorite brand, like I always say. I'm going to add the crushed tomatoes. So 2 of those. And then I'm going to get some water and clean out the cans. All right, there's one thing I'm going to add. And this might cause a little controversy on the video, but I don't care. I absolutely hate when people say something is a secret recipe. I can't stand it. Because if you make something really, really good, why wouldn't you want to share that with everybody? I mean, it's food. Food is supposed to be, I don't know, but I just hate, you know, quote unquote, my grandmother's secret recipe. Nonsense. Okay, if you're a restaurant and you have a secret recipe for something, okay, maybe you need to keep it a secret, but somebody can't replicate it anyway because they're not in a restaurant, and another restaurant ain't gonna replicate it. The odds are. So I just don't understand secret recipes. I don't like them. But anyway, what my mom and my relatives always add to this, and I've never seen anybody else do it. Maybe there is a thing online where, you know, a recipe online or something where people do it, but I've never seen it. And it's pickling spices. And you add about, a good heaping tablespoon. Just a pinch more. Pickling spices. And like I said, it gives it a really unique, distinct flavor. And if you already make chicken cacciatore and you've never tried it with pickling spices, give it a try. I think you'll be pretty surprised. It's really, really good. Now, I can't taste this because there's partially raw chicken in there. I don't want no part of that. But I do know it's going to need some salt. And then, of course, crushed red pepper. All right, now I'll cover that, clean this mess up, and that'll simmer pretty low because you don't want it to burn, because burnt sauce is absolutely terrible. So cook it real slow for probably an hour, hour and a half, something like that, until I like it when the chicken falls off the bone or it just comes off really easily. That's how I prefer it. Some people might not like it like that. That's how I like it. And then that's it. We're either going to have heroes or I'm going to have it, like I said, with the percatellis or percatellis, however you say it. All right. All right. So the sauce is done. And it came out really good. I tasted it with a piece of bread. And now, let's give it a try. I made those bucatinis or the percatellis. I think actually the difference is one's a little bit fatter. And some sauce, and the chicken fell off the bone, which is really good. Well, that's the way I like it anyway. Let me put a piece of chicken on there. All right, a little bit of extra crushed red pepper. And there is that. Now let's see. I got a little vino. A little bit of Parmesan. All right, here we go. Chicken cacciatore. Way hot. That's a really good dish. You could make this however you want. You could add things, subtract things. I don't recommend white wine. I know a lot of people do. I think a good dry Italian table wine is best. Like in the beginning, I showed you I used that Chianti, which I like a lot. And then I actually would prefer chicken thighs, but at $5 for 15 legs, you can't beat that. So I went with legs. And then those pickling spices, again, I hate secret recipes, but that one, I guess my family does it. I highly suggest you give it a try, but this is a really good version of a spaghetti or macaroni sauce.